Hi everyone, I'm Steve, and as you probably know, I'm here with the Gut Girl. Thanks for being with us, Nicole.
Thank you for having me.
If you guys have questions or comments on any of the stuff we talk about, and we're going to get into a good conversation on how do you eat out and make it as healthy as possible. If you guys have comments or suggestions, please put them in the comments section. And if you're looking for peptides or coenzymes like NAD plus, Nicole and I both use this and some of these peptides. Use the promo code Vitality2, and with that, you'll get $10 off with the link in the description at Invigor Medical. So let's get into it, Nicole. I love talking about this, and I have changed so much in the last 10 years. I used to eat fast food and stuff, and I was doing pretty good with it. I was doing the best that I could with eating that way. But now I'm more of a perfectionist about what I put in my mouth. So, how would you start this off?
I'm the exact same way, and I have literally done the exact same thing over the past 10, 15 years, completely changed how I do this out. And I get a lot of questions about, well, when someone comes for a consult, I would say the number one question is, well, I don't want to stop eating out. How do I do this? And I always tell them, and you and I were talking before this, one of the best go-to places, and people are going to say this is crazy, but
It's
is
not.
Mexican food because
Absolutely.
they still cook in lard.
Yes.
That is the lesser of the evils. Lard is not as bad for you by any means as canola, soybean, of what they're frying things in.
Yeah, is it still a cheat meal? Of course.
Of course.
But if you're going to pick something, it's kind of a neutral pick, isn't it? Usually,
Yes.
Mexican food is going to be in general because of the way they cook the food, it's going to be healthier. And you and I have gone out to dinner before with our spouses, and I remember your husband saying, "Can I eat this?"
Yeah.
But yes, you can go out to eat. I like to look for places that have the chicken lettuce wraps.
Mhm.
Now, is the chicken as perfect as it would be if I'm going to eat it at home?
No.
No, if I'm going to eat it at home, it's going to be organic, as perfect as the chicken as I can buy, special ordered or wherever I get it.
Right.
But if I eat out, hey, lettuce around chicken is okay. Is that the perfect thing when you're eating out? No,
No.
but it's pretty darn good. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it's not going to hurt you once or twice a week to go out and have a lettuce wrap.
Right.
Or, I mean, you can even get away with um, pizza sometimes, but you can get really good pizza that has the right ingredients on it. I usually don't get the meats on the pizza because they're processed,
Right.
but you can get a gluten-free crust.
Yes, you
And is
can.
it a cheat meal? Of course it is. But you can do it. It's not going to kill you,
Right.
right?
Right. Absolutely. And you know what? One of my most favorite going out to eat is breakfast. And my husband and I love this on the weekends. It's a nice little treat for us. And I just make sure the waitresses and cooks really that's an old adage that they're going to spit in your food and that kind of stuff just for asking for a change. They don't mind. I always talk to my waitress and just say, "Can you make sure that my eggs are cooked in butter?"
Me too.
Same with the bacon. If I get bacon, and I just make it's butter is going to be your better quality than any kind of oil. So that really works for me.
Yeah, and you and I have talked about this too. I, my wife and I, we always ask, "What are you cooking in?"
Yep, me too.
The answer is almost always one of two things: soybean oil,
Mhm.
bad stuff,
Yeah.
or canola oil, equally as bad,
Yes.
bad stuff. But especially the breakfast and the places that we go, they've got our we don't need menus. They've got us memorized. I know,
Same
cook
with
it in
us.
butter, cook it in butter. I know. Um, but I asked a place up at Lake Tahoe, What do you cook your eggs in? They said margarine. I almost fell off my chair.
Yeah.
I go, what? Can you still get that horse poison?
Right?
Really? Are you? Please do not cook my eggs in margarine. Please cook them in butter.
Yes,
You know, it's like
absolutely.
I even got a margarine once, and we were in Las Vegas, um, and we looked at the menu, and it said that they cooked their fries in duck fat.
Oh, did you just
I
feel
saw
like
your
you hit the
face.
jackpot?
So they asked me, we asked them early, my wife, do you really cook your fries in duck fat?
Yeah.
And they said, yeah. And so it got time, and they always asked, did you save room for dessert? I said, yep, I'll have the duck fries. They're going, what? I go, do you realize that these are probably the healthiest fries in the country?
Yep,
You're deep
absolutely.
frying them in duck fat, and they were delicious. Okay, so I got a dessert that night. Now, is that perfect? No,
No,
because they're probably, maybe reusing the oil, but duck fat is not canola oil or
right.
soybean oil. And it's like, okay, I'll have the dessert.
Yes, absolutely. And another thing is that because we do these things and because we ask, our body can process through them quicker than somebody who has been eating the soybean canola and all of the things and thinking sweet potato fries in canola oil is the better option. It's not. We
It's
can
all,
handle that and process it out.
I've listened to podcasts and doctors, and I've heard this question. And I think I've asked you this. What do you think is worse, sugar or seed oil? It's the seed oil.
100%. I'll take
It's
sugar over
it,
seed oil any day.
it's the seed oil is worse than sugar.
Yep.
And look, we don't eat out every day,
Right.
but what we're making this video about is how can you do it? Because I love to eat out. Trips and stuff going places. I love to eat out, but I've learned to do it. You know, you order a sea bass, order a steak,
Right.
and we usually eat at places that are kind of higher end. So almost always, if you're ordering chicken, it says it right on the menu. It's organic.
Right.
But these are places that, yeah, they're expensive, and I like to take my wife, my sweetheart, to expensive restaurants. And usually they're cooking better food, don't you think?
Oh, 100%. And the reason, and the same thing with us is we go to a little higher end because we don't do it every day. We don't eat fast food. We don't go out all the time. So we can afford the little bit higher end so we get good quality going in.
Yeah, and we know the little tricks. We know it's not perfect. I won't mention the place, but it's a place where you can get coffee, and they have those egg bites.
Yes.
And my wife loves those. Now, is it perfect? No, but it's a great cheat, and she'll eat like six of those things, you know? And she's always hungry. She's always hungrier than me. It's like every 2 hours. She'll eat six of those things, those egg bites, and she just got almost 60 grams of protein,
Right. Right.
and she's not getting any sugar or bad carbs in it
Right.
because there isn't any in it. Is
Right.
it perfect? No. But if you're going to go out and cheat and splurge and do something, those are the things that you could do it with, right?
Exactly. For sure. Now, don't have the frappuccino with those egg bites, though.
Right. You can't do that.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing that I'm glad I thought of this. My wife and I was saying, you got the salt and everything. We always take
Oh,
our
yes.
own sweetener because I will order a coffee, like the places we go have breakfast, and it'll be the uh, whole whipping cream
Hmm.
type. And she always brings the special sweetener that's got all the good stuff in it. It's not sugar. And she brings salt and pepper.
Yep.
This is specially ordered salt and pepper. You can't just grab the salt shaker off the
No,
table
that's
at
the
the
bath salt.
restaurant and dump the salt on. You
Yep,
cannot do that. But
that's
it's easy. She's got these little shakers. It's got the pepper and the salt in it. It's usually Himalayan sea
yep,
salt, and you could use the kind that you said is your favorite. We have that too. It's in the salt shaker, and you dump that on there. Now you put a healthy something on top of your food as opposed to grabbing that salt shaker off the table. Don't do that. That is
no,
not good stuff. That
that
salt is not good for you.
no,
And
that's
it will do
iodized
all
salt.
the things they say it will do with your blood pressure and
Yep.
inflammation. Don't eat it.
Right. And here's another thing, you guys. I can't tell you, I have the exact same thing in my purse. And I will tell you, I have one added to that is I always bring my own salad dressing. Never fails. I will bring my own salad dressing because I do not trust the oil that are in salad dressings. And
For sure.
nobody cares that you're doing it.
No. Yeah, you're right. And we also do that, or we don't eat salad, you
Yeah.
know.
If
We
I
just
don't have it,
don't.
I won't eat a salad. So,
Right. My wife won't either if it's out and we don't have salad dressing. It's
right.
just she won't eat it. So those are some little tips on how you can actually go out and eat out and enjoy it and not if you eat as strict as I do and as strict as Nicole does, because I know you eat very strictly,
Hmm.
and so does my wife. You can go out once in a while, and you know what? Didn't I have a beer when I went out with you?
Yes. So
Yeah,
does my
okay.
husband.
Yeah, I had a beer. You know, you, you you gotta. I always say that it's a teeter totter. You
Right.
get to put things on each side and make your choices. Quality of life, and um, everyone gets to make those choices. You just don't want to pile too much junk on that
Right.
teeter totter
Yeah.
because you're not going to feel good, and your quality of life is not going to be good.
Exactly.
Well, anything else you can think of? Little tips about eating out, Nicole?
That's it. I think we got some good ones in there.
Yeah, we could probably think of a lot of other ones. So
We
if
can.
you guys like this stuff, like and subscribe to the channel. You're looking for peptides, you know where to get them, coenzymes. And if you have questions or comments, I really like hearing the comments and the kind of testimonies of people that uh, tell us stuff about what's working for them because everyone's different, and that's what I appreciate um, about you, Nicole, is you analyze every person as a nutritionist. You analyze each person differently, and you gotta get it right, and that's not always easy. You can't just go doing these weird diets. They'll all work at first,
Oh yeah, and then
but
not.
then after a while, probably none of them are going to work.
Right.
You
Because
have to get it dialed in for you.
exactly.
So, Nicole, how do they get a hold of you? Instagram? I know you're on Instagram, and we can put a link in the description.
I'm on
Um,
Instagram under the Gut Girl NV and Facebook. I'm also the Gut Girl.
okay, you guys look for that. Look for those links also in the description. Thanks for being with us, Gut Girl.
Thank you.